Welcome back to another Millennial in Debt video. If you are new here, hit that subscription button below and turn on the notification bell so you get that every single time I upload a video. So this is my first time doing one of these videos, doing one of these posts. I remember when I started out in the game, the influencer game in 2013, that I used to see all of those like monthly revenue, like posts and things. I figured, you know what? I'm all about transparency. I'm all about pay transparency. I'm all about all these things. So I wanted to talk about hitting this goal that I set for myself so many times and just never reached it, what I did differently, how I got here, talk about the specific numbers. So let's get right into it, right? Let's dive into the conversation. There's no gatekeeping here. So today is January 25th. So there are 6 days left in the year. So unless something amazing, crazy happens, these numbers are going to be pretty close to the end of the month. So let's dive right into it. And since I'm not like a calculator in my brain, I'm going to use my handy dandy iPhone to pull up the figures. So my goal this month was to make $6,500. My secondary goal was I wanted to make $10,000, which has been one of my lifelong, my influencer long goals, just because that would put us on track to become six-figure by the end of the year if we were to maintain that, that speed. And we hit it. I am actually almost at $11,000 in revenue this month. I currently have made $10,893.22. The joy. So let's talk about a couple of things that I did this month, a couple of things that I did differently, a couple of things that I did the same, how the numbers play out. And I also want to talk about revenue versus profit. And I want to talk about like net 30, net 60. There's a lot of rambling, so let's go right into it. Right. Let's go. Okay. Now, I made almost $11,000 in revenue. That does not mean that's what I've made in profit. When you have, these big influencers saying like, I made this amount of money in revenue, well, how much money do you get to keep, right? How much money goes back into the business? How much money goes towards paying yourself? And so you want to make sure that you're deducting having to pay an editor, having to pay a photographer, having to pay a web developer, having to pay an assistant, having to pay all these other things, take away from that revenue. So I made $10,800 in revenue. That is not my profit. I haven't calculated all of that after I've signed all the checks and paid everyone for the month, but I will update, on Instagram, which if you're not following, skedaddle on over there and see what's going on. It's a good old time. So that was my profit. Now, 3 main categories that helped create this revenue for the month were digital sales of a product that is Millennial in Debt owned, 3 campaigns that I signed contracts for this month, and a mix of ad revenue from YouTube and ads on my website. Those numbers are a little tricky, and I'll explain a little bit more why. And that's when we get into net 30, net 60, net all this stuff. Influencers are usually paid on a net blah, blah, like a net number, right? So if it's a net 30 contract, that means you're going to sign the contract today, do whatever, the campaign is, deliver the deliverables, and then in 30 days from the day you've posted, that's when you'll get payment. So I signed these contracts in January. However, those contract coins have not hit the bank account yet. However, they are guaranteed dollars because contracts are signed and my lawyer does not play those games, right? And so 3 campaigns that I put out, right? Now, what's really important when I talk about campaigns, when I talk about consultations, is a lot of these campaigns do not actually have to go on my platform because I do a lot of editing for myself, because I really am intrigued by creating reels and all this other creativity and artistic aspect of being an influencer. I sign on a lot of times to be a consultant or to create content for brands to use for their platforms. So that's what I really like. So it's not making my page super salesy or, I'm only working with content that is sponsored. That's what I really enjoy. So 3 of those signed in January added up to $6,600 of the revenue that came in or that was signed. I don't even know how to explain this. $6,600 of contracts were signed this month for campaigns. $3,900 came from our digital sales. Now, if you head over to millennialindebt.com and click the little shop button, you will see we have a ton of products. We have hoodies, we have sweaters, we have hats, but our biggest product that we sell are digital products. So we do a lot of webinars. We do a lot of masterclasses, especially for creators. And we do have an ebook that helps with financial literacy and financial freedom. We also have a course that I am revamping. So I will, be bringing that to future in the near future. But that is where 3,900 of our dollars came from. Those dollars are not on a net anything, right? So when someone purchases, that comes directly into our bank account. The last bit of money, which I was like $383 comes from our website and from our revenue on YouTube. Now, the reason why it's a little tricky calculating these particular numbers, I receive a check from Google AdSense or whatever it is 30 days after. So it's a net 30. So I'm not calculating what the insights or the analytics are currently saying now that I'm going to earn by the end of January. I am calculating the money that came in from December. So like I mentioned in the year-end review video, I wasn't really on YouTube too much in 2021. So a lot of the AdSense money are coming from old videos that are still doing, fairly well. My video about 10 things I wish I knew about being a teacher, my side hustle videos, and all those things. Those are still really the kickback revenue that I've been getting. So I'm getting like $200-$300 a month, sometimes $100 a month from YouTube, right? And that's the honest facts. You can have 40,000 subscribers, which we're almost at 40,000, y'all. If you're not pumping out the content, you're not going to be making as much money as you would like on YouTube. So as I start to be a little more consistent, I'm hoping to see that revenue from Google, from YouTube increase. Our ads on our website, also similar. 2021, it was all about the reels, man. So in 2021, I didn't put out a lot of content on our blog. So a lot of the traffic really just came from people coming in to purchase digital products, but not really, mingling around, reading all the articles. So one of my biggest foci this year is to really work on my newsletter, to push out evergreen content, to make sure that I am funneling people into our newsletter and onto our website. Going back on my Pinterest, I can't believe I abandoned Pinterest. That was bae for so long. And so those two pieces of the business, of the brand, because I was so spread thin other places, were earning so much more money in 2020, so much more money in 2019. But in 2021, I dropped a little bit of the ball. And so we only saw about $300 in ad revenue based off of December numbers. So from the January numbers, that will be the money we get in February. So I did not calculate any of the estimated revenue that's building both on my blog and on YouTube for January. So the numbers, that 383 comes from the December 2021, work. And that is how I reached $10,893.22. I should get it like tattooed. So that was my first $10,000 month. I'm hoping to, scale up in February. Right now, we're already looking at almost $10,000 in campaigns, which, exciting. Of course, it's Black History Month, so a lot of these brands, I understand, game peeps game. And so as I'm in the process of signing about $10,000 in campaign money, my goal for February is $15,000. If you were not aware, because you're not on Instagram, I do teach a From Basic to Brand Masterclass. The Masterclass comes with an influencer toolbox that has proposals when you want to reach out to brands to work with them and collaborate. It also has negotiation proposals because I negotiate the hell out of all of my contracts with these companies. So if you are interested in growing your brand, scaling up your business, sign up for this masterclass because it is dope AF, if I do say so myself. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.